Hello my dear HR professionals, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing few HR titles that are paid really good in the industry, but do keep in mind that these numbers are average out. I'm trying to make you aware about a bracket in which these titles are paid. In drastic cases, the salary can be really less than this bracket or can be really high from this bracket, because it really depends on your years of experience and where you are working as a company. Because if you're working as a HR manager who has around 10 years of experience, your salary will be very different from a HR manager who has around 15-16 years of experience. So this matters, plus in which company you are working, that also matters. Also, another point to note here is that these numbers are fixed numbers, like a fixed salary. These are not the grand CTC that you see where a fresher might get a package of 60 lakh, but the actual fixed salary in that is 16 lakhs. So I am not talking about those kind of packages here. The salary that I'm talking here is fixed. There can be add-ons to these numbers to make the package look big and fat, but these are mostly the fixed in-hand salary, you can say, that these people get pre-tax. So with that disclaimer, let's get started. The first job title which is paid really well in HR field is the title of HR director. Now, HR director can be titled differently in different companies. Here I'm talking about HR director and equivalent titles. In some companies, HR director might be titled as VP of HR, or similar titles can be used, but more or less they do the same work, which means they're kind of heading a regional office, for example, HR head of India. So those kind of titles. So these people are paid very well because they are held accountable for whatever is going on in the company, in the HR team. So these people are typically paid anywhere between 70 lakh to 1 CR. But remember, there can be top-ups which are not included in the fixed salary, and they are something over and above. I'm not taking into consideration of all of that, but this is a typical range from 70 lakhs to 1 CR. And on number 2 is our most loved title, which is HR business partner. HR business partners are accountable for a particular business which is assigned to them. They cater to that business in all aspects, be talent acquisition, their performance appraisals of those employees, handling cases related to grievances, seeing how the employee is progressing in the company, their career progression is kind of taken care by these people. So everything that is required by a particular business unit is taken care by a particular business partner. So these people are also paid really well. And though different companies title business partner role differently, but mostly you reach that level at around 10 to 12 years of experience roughly on an average, if it is a genuine HRBP role. So these people are paid in a bracket of around 50 lakh per annum to around 80 lakh per annum. It can vary totally. You can also find people who are paid lesser than this, and you can also find people who are paid higher than this. Remember, I told you this is the average bracket of decent enough companies where they have standard definitions of the roles and not just twist the titles and give it to anybody. Maybe somebody who's just entering the organization, like smaller companies tends to do this just to attract people to a certain position. They'll give titles like HRBP to even a newbie. So that doesn't count as a HRBP role, because HRBP role for sure need certain kind of experience from you. So the typical HRBP role is paid around this bracket from 50 to around 70-80 lakh per annum. So now next on our list is the role of HR manager. So as the name suggests, HR manager is somebody who's managing a team. Our team size can vary, maybe 3 people, 6 people, 10 people, depending on how big the organization is. HR manager is quite involved into all HR functions. The person is not just overlooking the operations and whatever is going on, but is actually involved in day-to-day activities, process approvals, and sees that everything goes smoothly, nothing gets escalated, and this person eventually reports to the HR director or HR head or VP, whatever you want to say. The average bracket for HR manager with decent companies that you'll see ranges from 30 lakhs to around, it can go up to even 60-70 depending on where you are working, but typically you'll find around 30-40, because after that people start moving around to find another interesting roles. And as I said, for other roles, there can be plenty of people who are working at a HR manager role with just 5 years of experience. They for sure will not have that much package. But yes, if the person is from premier colleges, they can have a lot more package than this. The average bracket that I'm saying is for people who are not really from premier institute but are very good with their skills and are placed or are working in decent enough companies. Next on the list is compensation and benefits manager, or you can say specialist. This is mostly a individual contributor role, the IC role. This person usually do not have a very big team. If at all there is a team, there will be hardly like 1 to 3 people, and this person has to be very good with numbers, and they take care of all the compensation and benefit component of the HR team. Most of the time this person reports directly to the HR director or HR head. They do not line up to HR manager or HR BP for their reporting. They directly report to HR head. Now these people are also paid very well, also because there are not many people who opt for this role. There are very less applicants, or I'll say there is very less competition for this profile, because not many people prefer to work on this position because it's very number intensive and little mistake can make a huge mess, because ultimately you are dealing with number of employees, their salaries, their appraisals, everything of that sort, and you have to plan out a lot of benefits, and you have to design everything in such a way that it's a win-win for both employees and the company. You cannot just lavishly design benefits where you just utilize all the budget of the HR team or of the company. You will have very limited budget with yourself. Within that you have to design everything, and you have to make sure that people are paid enough, neither less nor very high that ruins the overall revenue of the company. So you have to be very mindful of all of that, and on top of that obviously there are a lot of calculations to do, and you really have to be 100% right at the very first time. There is no scope of trial and error basically in this profile. So these people are also paid really well. The average salary for a good skilled person in a decent enough company would be in a range between 40 lakhs to even 60-70 lakhs depending on how skilled the person is in that particular field. The more specialized you are in the field, the more salary you will get. Next comes the role of a talent acquisition manager. Now this position is something that can be achieved really fast in terms of number of years of experience, while other positions might take you a little bit of time to get you there, but this position can be achieved around like 6, 7 or maybe 8 years of mark typically. Even if you are not doing like, you are not a rock star, still you can be there, because recruitment is something very fast paced, and if you are good in what you're doing and you're specialized in a particular industry or a sector or a type of companies, for example you do recruitment only for e-commerce companies, and you're just bang on with your numbers about the e-commerce industry, you know in and out of that, you know when attrition happens in that industry, you know when the appraisal cycle run in that industry, you know what is a good time to hire in that industry, you just know the numbers on your fingertips, that what are people generally paid in that industry, what company should offer that would look like a competitive offer to the candidate so they will join the company. So if you're good with your skills, it will not take you many years to reach this position, and it is a very well paid position, and the bracket range is anywhere between 220 to around 35 lakhs. That's the average that you would find. So to sum up, these are the profiles that are very common and are paid really well in HR field. So if you are looking to build your career, you can target these job profiles, but be really good in your skills so that you can reach the upper end of this brackets, or you can even earn more than this bracket if you are good at what you do, plus you are working in a good company which values HR professionals. So that was it guys for today's video. I really hope you derived some value out of it, or you got some idea about the salary brackets of HR professionals. And if you have any queries related to this, you can put them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. And you keep on watching more content on the HR destination to be a successful HR professional, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.